always have believed that to any of our educational course, we must be taught one particular subject which is called psychology, human psychology. How to read the client's mind. If we can really go through with that, I think we can deal with the clients in a much better way than ever or any time. If we can really do that, not exactly 100%, but yes, at least something, and sometimes we need to learn that.
Do you charge extra fees for that?
We can. That's a new avenue which can be open to everyone, and we should do that, I believe.
That should be part of it.
Yeah, TPA is known for that, to find new ways of charging to
Now
the client.
people know
in
why we
every-
charge extra, because then at the handover, the entire family is very happy.
Absolutely.
There
They
you go.
don't mind paying extra.
They're good psychologists.
Wow, Amay, your thoughts?
No, I think it's the same. I think architecture itself, I think if you see now, design, if you do a home, its design is pretty much left back. It's psychology, which are pretty much managing people's minds and how they're managing the entire family together. That's pretty much what it comes down to. We don't do a lot of homes, so it's not a lot of, and we work with a lot of corporates, so we don't really have to deal a lot with this. We come with a much more educated set of people who we're dealing with, so it's not as bad sometimes.
So instead of 2 or 3 family members, you deal with a team of MEP, which is 11 people.
Absolutely.
And think in different
But
directions.
they're sitting under you, so you actually can you can pretty much rule what you're doing over there.
Okay, all right. And your thoughts on it?
So very rightly said, I think we're also therapists when we're designing spaces. And I'll be very honest with you, after designing many homes, I started appreciating my family a lot more. Because there are
That's a
so
good one.
many fights that I have been a part of, husband, wife, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, you name it, and I've seen it. So I think, yes, as designers, it is our responsibility to understand and read their minds if possible. And I've actually categorized clients. We have a presentation like a funny, something like this in our office, like there's a black horse client, there's a dream client, there's a gonna get everything checked from other people client, and things like that. And after the first few meetings, we actually put that client in one category, and then we start discussing how we're gonna, handle him or her.
I mean,
So
that's
yes.
great, because I think I'm pressing the right buttons now. Everybody's getting that direction. So another thing is, we have to be faithful to your own taste, because nothing you really like is ever out of style. We are really influenced by a lot of Pinterest and a lot of different images, and the clients bring us. I had a client who brought on the first day, even before signing the contract, a folder which had 350 images from Pinterest, and said, these are the styles I like, and they were all different. I must give it to him. So that sort of a thing. But all that's basically bullshit. When you are doing a lot of bullshit in front of the client also. So any examples of that? Sometimes we have to just kind of make up stories and kind of buy the product or sell the product. Any experiences in that regards?
So I think when I start up a project, my first few conversations are never about aesthetics, design style, or red or yellow, or what you like or what you not like. I'm actually discussing their lifestyle and getting really personal with questions. And there are times when clients feel uncomfortable. And I tell them that, listen, I'm going to be designing your wardrobe, storing your personal stuff to the place where you're going to be having your morning coffee. So I need to get involved. And it's not very comfortable in the beginning for everyone to open out like that, because then they tend to open up a lot of stories and a lot of personal relationships, which we tend to become a part of. So definitely we have to make up some stories, I won't lie. We cannot transparently just tell them everything. There are times when I have to convince my client by telling a story so that they just finalize something and we move forward. So I think, I'm sure everybody has done that. Please don't put me on the
No, TP is not getting involved with that. What about you?
That's something that we all do. I think that's the way of our profession. I think there's no other way out to get out of the whole thing. I think clients don't really understand why they think half knowledge is better. Like, everybody's got half knowledge, and that's our biggest enemy. To be honest, today Pinterest is our biggest enemy, because from your clients to your own office, everybody's trying to find designs in over there. And it's tough. It's very difficult to see people sketching and drawing anymore. They don't do it at all. And coming from there, you are selling a story because that's what they want. They don't want to see real design. They want to see a story. They want to see Pinterest pictures, even if you're showing them sketches. So, times have evolved and times have changed over there.
That's rightly placed. But Kiran bhai,
And
again bhai, sorry.
no, yeah, like when you meet the client, and the gentleman always says this, SONI, you want this is what our requirement, and everything comes. And after 2-3 sessions, one fine day the wife enters in the picture, and she says, "Who told you like this? This is what never we wanted." And we look at to the husband, oh my God, and he tries to save himself. Okay, don't tell me that I have told you. And I think that is always something we'll have to tackle it. But still, at the end of the day, what everyone says, we have to make the stories and tell them.
So when you mentioned different family members' involvement or who's bullying who in the family to take the final call, have you guys come across really weird requirements which are absolutely not practical? I'll give you.
I have.
Yes.
So there was this one time we were designing a space, and the client was very keen on Vastu, and he believed in some particular Panditji who said that red is the lucky color for you. So I'm like, okay, I'll put red in accents, but he wanted red everywhere, literally everywhere. So there are many weird things which people believe in, and we try to play along, quite frankly, but in a subtle manner, I would say.
I don't know how you deal with
And-
red, but
And
yeah.
the most weird thing ever happens, due respect to everyone, is from the Vastu people.
Ah.
They are, as rightly said,
Any
car
Vastu
goes till-
consultants here, please leave the room.
No, I'm ready to debate with them. And you know what? When this comes, and especially we're working in Kolkata a lot, and then we come across all these Vastu people giving complete layout, almost WC, यही direction में होना. This is what the situation. This all that things. And when they approach us and we say, what's this idea of all this having a particular one direction in angle of like a WC?
I mean, it shouldn't matter which direction we poop in.
Absolutely. So we
But
fight
it does,
with them.
apparently, yes.
Man, when your Vastu was invented, you know what? Was there a WC invented at that time? Most of the people at that time used to go to the jungle.
So
taking
Kiran, hold that
dabba.
thought. I have an image for you.
So there was no any relevance actually idea with that.
Oh,
And
come
still we
on.
have to follow that. It's not matching.
Sorry.
Okay.
just right.
So this is a kind of very weird idea when they say, no, it's today's requirement, we have to be little practical because we need to. And the Vastu never allows WC in your home. The fundamental, it has to be kept outside. Why you have become so much practical? Then be practical in apartment. You can't just dictate that
mean,
this is what it is, this is
You
it.
have
So
a
these are
1,000 square
almost
foot
weird
apartment.
things.
There is no way unless you cantilever it outside the building. But I will give you my example since everybody's venting out. I should get the opportunity. We've had a client. They wanted, you've heard of double vanity. You've heard of double shower spaces. I've had in one master bathroom 2 WCs next to each other. This is not a joke. This is a love seat.
Yes, it looks.
Again, coming back to a lot of impractical approaches. Sometimes they want a certain size furniture, or I want a very high back sofa, but it may not work proportionally to what you're trying to achieve as harmony and design in the project. So any examples of that, and how do you guys avoid that, and how do you convince the client for the same?
I think sometimes staying silent is the one thing, and sometimes the picture does the job. One picture which I still remember, Frank Gehry's, I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but it was very nicely written there. I don't know why people hire the architect and tell him what to do and what not to do. So keep that picture, and they understand what exactly and where their limit is. I think a lot of time silence is the best thing.
I agree.
Yeah, sometimes just let it go. Just wait for it to kind of settle down. They kind of understand it
So
themselves.
what sort of challenges you face as an architect? Because for us interior designers, there are tons of elements.
So as architects, I think one project which we're doing right now, it's like every time we go for a site visit, it increases by 1,000 square foot. It's almost 4 years into it, and the house has now become like 50,000 square foot. So now we're finding space in the project to where to build. So you're going to have somebody doing this every time. And
Carl, please approach these guys. We are increasing a lot of work. We need such clients in the office. And
I make a reel out of it, and then I'll show them. See. So
You sh-
literally, because
do not show them that I have a million
I know,
followers.
but
I'm
you
the
know,
right
see,
person.
like you just asked me, what are you doing with those many followers? It has actually changed and helped me a lot in my interior design journey, because when people see it online, like you said, Pinterest, Instagram is also quite similar. When they see it being shared so much, and when they see it getting that number of views and likes, they're like, okay, this makes sense. So they literally send me my reel back saying, you were suggesting this. So when I was suggesting this practically, then you were not listening, but now that you saw it on a reel, it makes sense. So I mean, you'll always spot me with black coffee, haldi, and all of those things, trying and testing materials and actually checking their practicality, maintenance before suggesting anything to anyone.
Yeah, we need a grocer for the same. So yeah, great, awesome. All right, so you know, impractical furniture or requirements is what we spoke about. I think another very important things that clients don't understand when they select an image from Pinterest or somewhere else, or take you to someone else's home, they don't realize that the same cannot be replicated in their home. You know, every site is like a separate thumbprint, and it has its own requirement. So I think clients also need to kind of educate themselves about it. Going to the next one. Now this is very, very important, okay? If you think good design is expensive, you should look at the cost of bad design. Okay, now everyone will start talking suddenly. Let me go to the image so that I know this thing is working. There's a little lag, but yes, Kiran, your thoughts on
What to say? It is 100% fact when you something like this.
but an example, you don't have to take the client's name. We'll discuss that later.
So there is always something people think of, and they think that they know much more than us, and then they are much since they are the kind of a boss when they have hired you, so they know it better and they would like the things in their way. That this is what we wanted, whatever we want, but you do it this way only. Okay, at the end of the day, one time you should
Yeah, and at
listen.
that point you think that they should be good paying clients.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
okay, I agree with that part.
Let them do it and let it happen. Well, very good. Whatever happens, it's your responsibility. I just tell the carpenter or anyone, whatever sir says, आप बना दीजिए and just make it and get this approval from them.
No, clients having aspirations to put Michelangelo, and they end up buying a tile which looks like Michelangelo. So, I mean, those are also the other extremes. I mean, that's what I was trying to say. You know, you're looking at this and then that's what you end up getting in their budget. So how do you tackle budget and how do you swim through that?
So, like you said, there are a lot of budget-friendly alternatives to everything. So, for us as designers, we can literally just tell them about the pros and cons of each. End decision is theirs, like he rightly said. If they don't like it in the end, it's going to get broken and then more cost is going to be involved. So, as materials and their practicality and the things that are available, everything is very interconnected when we talk about design. What clients don't understand is that they start micromanaging at a level where they'll only focus on one thing, not understanding that how it's going to relate to all the other 10 things. You know, just itna sa change kar do. You don't understand how it's going to change the entire design. So we try to explain it to them, put our foot down, but like they said, I mean, they're more senior and he has more experience than me. But yeah, that's what I do too. I'm like, okay, do it your way, but then in the end, it actually becomes something else. It's not about the design anymore, it's about proving yourself right. So, yeah.
So you know, now that you mentioned that, Kiran shared an image of one of his projects with me that I'm going to show with your permission. Sorry, I mean you said jugaad, so I'm just trying to point it out. So these
Perfect.
are the sort of solutions that the clients would get at the end of
Yes,
the day.
yes, always.
Which
This
try
is,
to
at least this is a good one, that there is a horse and there is a horse.
yes.
Otherwise, there is sometimes you get something else too.
I don't want to know what you convert the horse to. All right, coming to the next one. Now this is the most painful. I knew that was going to come again and again,
Okay.
and then so how do you see Vastu? I mean, you spoke a little bit about it in the beginning. Do we see Vastu as science? Do we see Vastu from a faith point? I'll tell you what's the policy with our company. You know, a lot of times clients come to us, and what we know as per science is what we offer. But when it comes to, I've had Vastu consultants who've threatened that if you don't put this staircase in this direction, your wife's going to die. And the client was quite happy about it, secretly
Yes, I'm
talking.
sure.
But you know, these are very unreasonable, and it's I have noticed a trend, and I want your thoughts on it. That this is a phenomena which has really picked up in the last 5 years. We are seeing more and more Vastu consultants involved. We are seeing more people's involvement towards Vastu. So, what do you think generates this?
I think at first point, yes, we understand this is a good science, but till the time it can be adaptable, how much we can really adapt it. Had it been something like Rupesh says, when you're doing something totally from the ground and construction of a villa or something where you can do, but in the apartment, you'll have to understand the practicality and really the situation of the house. And here it is really a requirement, as you said, this should be kept aside. And
Yeah.
these people, Vastu people also should know and understand that no, basically they're just trying to take you for your lack of confidence in yourself. They're trying to bank on it. Once you are losing little confidence, like Jyotish Shastra and all that, the moment you give more and more, definitely they would definitely giving you this, as you said, your wife would die, आपकी बेटी का शादी नहीं होगा, ये कोना में आप बेडरूम रखेगा तो, and यहाँ पे आपका बच्चा का growth नहीं होगा, his mental position would be different. Yes, yes.
And
That's
I've never
particular.
understood those corners being heavy.
Yes.
And once we ended up doing a whole 10,000 square foot apartment with a level of PCC starting from 1 inch to 1.5 inch to the other level in an opposite direction. So you rightly said that. What are your experiences in?
So Vastu, we do a lot of second homes. So Vastu does work over there because you have light, water, and wind, which kind of works together. But apartments, I don't think that's something you can pretty much work around. I also feel that apartments, to some extent, people come back with saying that there is a solution to this. Usko udhar yantra laga do to wo apne aap. What is the
Oh, I love
concept of
those
that? I don't
guys.
understand how that.
No, but I don't mind keeping 50 pyramids in the false ceiling. Honestly,
So there's
it
one,
really works.
so there's one home which we've done where we've literally had the client has moved out of the project. There's only a Vastu consultant who sits across from the project. It's
Wow.
literally come to that. The client just comes in and says, "Ho gaya aapka aaj ka," and that's all that happens.
So Carl, your 450 square foot or 250 square foot spaces can be also Vastu compliant if you use pyramids. Yeah. So yeah, so that
Can I say something about
extremely-
Vastu? One
yes.
thing. One of our client in Hubli, very well-known transport company, and their owner, he wanted. So he had hired 3 Vastu consultant,
Wow.
one locally, one from Mumbai, and one from Indore, and all coming together. And he would make sure that everyone is on the same page. And ultimately, yes. So one fundamental guy said, "Sir, your plot is on 3-side road, but basically we need road on the 4th side." So literally he reduced the size of the plot and got one road cut, and there was all 4 sides to make it 100% Vastu, which was really.
So the indoor hawkers must be very happy. One more street
No,
to
that
stand.
guy was perfect. That
Okay.
guy is, I must say his name, Mr. Pankaj Agarwal.
Okay.
Very nice guy and really understood the idea of architects and interior designer. Other two are very rigid, but he's into more energy flow. So he was very much sane in his
Same.
thoughts.
I have a
Correct.
very simple concept. Janoge nahi to manoge nahi. you won't know what is happening in the
That's
world
good.
of Vastu.
That's
Vastu, you
good.
won't follow it. So like you said, if somebody is coming on your face and saying, don't make the room here, or wife will die, it will affect your mind. So I'm a
Yeah.
big manifestor. So all through my interior project and the journey, I keep telling them to be positive and think nicely, because that's going to reflect in your home. So simple.
We
Janogini
also
ka
recently,
manogini.
Janogani, Manogani, that's a good theory. We have a client who got in 3 different Vastu consultants, and initially he had one apartment, and then he combined the 2 apartments. And the first guy came in and said, "Arey, this is after the deal. ये तो 2 जोड़ी apartment लेना ही नहीं चाहिए." After he's made the payment. So I was like, wow. Second day, the other guy came, and he said, yeah, you can do some jugaad in between. Third day, he got one guy where he paid 20,000 rupees on spot, and he took a round with him. We were just standing in a corner like spectators, and he said, he agrees to everything I say. He likes the 2 combined apartments.
Good one.
So, Vastu, yes, Vastu is a very complex world. We'll go to the next one. Okay.
इसका वास्तु सही नहीं है.
I think I said too much about Vastu. Its mine's not working for sure. The details are not the details, they make design. This is very true for Talati and partners for sure. I'm just marketing myself a little bit here, but yeah, just what are your thoughts on it?
1000%. Yes. The detailing for everything, terminations, whether 2 materials or anything coming together. How you do that is, I think, most crucial, most interesting, and really to the world now. I think where you're seeing just the thousands and thousands of picture on Insta or anything, Pinterest, I believe the real need is to understand the detailing and termination for everyone. Sit there, take the sketchbook, do a good job. I think that is where the most important thing lies. It is must.
I think details is your identity today with thousands of pictures, as what he said. I mean, from a Talati, I mean, we've grown up seeing Talati, led by Talati, led by Sameera Rathod. You look at their work, you look at Hiren Patel, there are certain details, whether you walk into a space and you know who's done it. So details has become an identity for architects and designers now, I think.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that.
Talati and marble also.
Talati and marbles also, yes, that's true.
So of course, homes are very personalized, and it should tell a story of the homeowner, of course, and it's a collaboration between the designer and the homeowner. So the details are where you can really bring that identity out, because otherwise everything is happening everywhere. So that's the personalization, that's the, sometimes it's just a very small detail which can really enhance anything. So yeah, definitely
I
details
mean,
matter.
truly, details are never decorative, and I think that's where the true thing comes. But when you have a lot of client requirements, how do you work out your details?
Wow. Amazingly done. This is really superb.
So how do you manage to fulfill requirements versus, sometimes I want a cupboard here. We still live in 2024, but I still have clients who want 4-inch storage rooms. Like either thoda sa cupboard bana do, wahan pe kuch bana do. We still come across that. I'm sure you guys do.
Everyone is really, I think, but I think ultimately we have to make them and educate them that till the time it's not really disturbing your aesthetic, we must try and incorporate as much possible, but wherever is aesthetic is really disturbed, I think we must sit with them and try and make them understand what you otherwise going to lose. But I am here just to point one thing about the detailing. I must say and admit that all the smallest of the product that we see, it's designed for them, but what really is in the detail, the God lies in the detail. When we seeing that, like artist collection, I'm sorry just mentioning that particularly the new launch, what they have done it. And how amazing, every shower fittings, sippy fittings and sanitaries and everything is more or less same. But what really differs is a small detailing, very small detailing. And that matters a lot. And really happy to see the way it has been put recently, this new collection. It's very
Right.
nicely detailed
Yeah, I
out.
mean, if you visit their factory, you'll know what the amount of work that gets into it,
True.
and the details,
True.
and the handwork to the mechanical work.
Yes,
It's
yes,
phenomenal.
yes. Yeah,
Really,
sorry,
really
I
great.
just went there. But
No worries.
now you can be back to your requirement. For
You can have coffee with Mohit now. So we were talking about details, and then there are unreasonable requirements, or sometimes we are not able to gauge the client, right? So here's an example that I found online, and it says, I want pink, not too sweet, not too blue, not too gray, not a French pink, not a grand pink, not a conch shell pink, just soft, pretty beach pink, perfect for a little girl. And there were some lines in between which I had to remove because they were bad words. And she said, oh darling, it's so easy. It's baby aspirin pink. So any examples of such complicated clients, or anything you want to vent out?
I think here I am saved. I am very blessed with my team, actually. All my senior associates, couple of them are here. And
Please say hello.
they are all there.
Okay,
So I am
sweet
blessed
people.
with them. They're really taking care of these all things very nicely. These points hardly comes to me. Sometimes I think they're believing me I'm a colorblind, so I'm not getting into this. so so they're very easily handling it.
I should be actually interviewing them.
They're very loyal, don't worry.
Yeah, okay, so is she there?
So they really managing it very well at their level. And one fine day, other than this particular thing, one very funny thing, one of our client, we showed them about the glass mosaic detailing and designing and everything, and showcase them that, okay, we'll have a fishes and here is glass mosaic work.
Hmm.
And the lady wasn't there, and she said, no, I don't know, I'm not liking this fish there and everything. So after all that things, when she visited the site, she asked, आप फिश कहाँ वो बनाने के लिए बोल रहे थे, हम लोग फिश को कहाँ रखने वाले? Fish हम लोग नहीं ला रहे थे. She wasn't it an aquarium? We said no, this was just images that we wanted to create in glass mosaic design. Oh, that is तो चलेगा, I don't mind that. So entirely again we went back, and of course my team, they really handled them very nicely. So sometimes what they really understand to your design concepts and thoughts is really, sometimes we can't understand them.
Correct. Any
Fortunate enough, not had the situation
No.
yet.
no situations like
No,
that?
many situations. I've had clients,
okay.
because I'm an interior designer, so obviously color and all of these things are a very big part of it. I've had clients who wanted to match the color of their wall to a outfit or a lehenga. And what I try to explain them is that basically every color will look different in a different material, and the effect of light will be different. What you're seeing in a showroom with low lit atmosphere, and it'll be different when there's natural light. So we try to do sampling, we try to show it to them as much as possible. You can, even if you see like a 3D render, it looks different on an Apple phone and it looks different on some other screen. So we try to explain this to them. We are fortunate sometimes, and sometimes it
Okay.
just doesn't work out. so.
I have one example where we placed sycamore veneer on the walls as panels, and the client walked in the next day and say, "ये plywood पे veneer कब लग रहा है?" So yeah, that's one of those examples. Yeah, this brings back to the degree in counseling for everybody. So, Kiran, how much do you charge them?
I think exactly now.
Let's set a
need to-
benchmark.
Yes, we need to do this really now as early as possible.
Yeah.
Because now, otherwise, the fee structure, the way it has been, instead of going up, it's going down because of the various reasons.
But
I
you
think we
do
must-
have, sometimes you have great bonding with some of the clients in the family and some not. Does that also help?
Yeah,
It does.
it
Okay.
does. It
Any
does.
crazy clients you want to mention?
I should not be.
No, I'm not saying name. Just say what he was doing or she was doing.
Well, she asked for something challenging one should not challenge to any contractor or the architects. One is fundamental true. And she was like, आप लोग क्या कर सकते हो? My wardrobe and what best you can really give. I really want something, all this. And we said, ma'am, what we can do? I'm talking about something about 6-7 years back. And we said, you know what we can do? We will have one photographer. Click all your attires, all your dresses, everything.
With her, without her?
Wait.
Oh,
Calm down. So you will have a complete set, everything on your mobile. You can choose with all your handbags, your shoes, your all these things, and you can fit in yourself and choose which one is going to go today for your party wear. You click it, put it, and you will be seen with this attire. I'm talking about 6-7 years back
Wow.
when this was not there. I said we can do even this also. You've given us the choice. We can call this IT person. He would do everything for you. And you just need not put ये dress पहनूं कैसा लगेगा क्या लगेगा. You can do it by yourself on mobile and you can be doing this.
That's
This is what we had asked and
I'm
then
going to record this now.
please. But today it's very easy. I think now it's everyone is doing must be.
Yes. We have professionals who do that. So.
Exactly. This is where I think
There you go.
Yeah.
What you
Everyone.
thought of 6-7 years ago is now actually
reality,
a real
yes. Right.
I think it's always one among the others. I mean, the husband or wife or some part of the family, somebody smarter, just catch on to them and find solutions with them. I think because one of them always will support you and take you through the end. I think that's the one way of
That's your
getting
only
to any
option.
project. That's the
Yeah.
only option sometimes.
That's the
you
only
can do.
option.
Yeah. And I think in architecture, they don't understand so much of construction, and I think that's where we kind of get away with a lot of it.
Yeah, and the interior
so,
designers
yeah.
bear the pain.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because the site
Because
is not
of you,
that.
we suffer. Carl?
That's your problem then.
Um,
I think any interior design project is actually not complete without having a family quarrel. So definitely, my favorite amongst all the clients is always the one who's paying. So I will always listen to him.
Smart,
Smart
smart, Didi.
But yeah, there have been a lot of incidents, a lot of fights in front of me, which I have become a part of, and then the wife is complaining for the husband, and then all of those things. But I think that's part of the business.
part
and
of the business.
You need to be.
And
a
we've all
therapist.
accepted that is part of the business.
Yeah. Anyway, if a man is paying, then definitely he is going to listen to her. It's out of you, man's habit of listening to women.
So, coming back to the family part, is your team also here? You have somebody
So
from
my
your
brother
team?
is here who's an architect, so he tackles the architecture and I take care of the interiors. The rest team
Wow.
is in Delhi right now. But
Anybody from your
No one
side?
from my team's here right now.
None of your teams
No.
here. My team's here. There you go.
My team is also here. Please
Yeah.
make bigger noise than this. Thank you.
No, but this is actually a family in harmony for sure when it comes to teamwork, dealing with different mindsets on a day-to-day basis, dealing with say 25 agencies per site. It's an absolute thankless job, and I think we should give an applaud to all of us for that, for doing this. And this was just that's why I want to thank Dhaval, because otherwise I would never get a platform to do all this. Thank you. Last but not the least, which is दिखना ही रहा है, क्या हुआ? There you go. Every movie ends in a good way. Kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. And quote by someone waiting to be famous, which is actually me. So money, 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 and yeah, design के तीन स्तंभ यही है. So there you go. Thank you everyone for bearing with me, and
Yeah.
I promise next time I won't be here.
No. But one thing fundamentally sure, as all interior designers especially, we're just not making any house or any home or anything or an office. I think we changing the lifestyle for everyone. It is not just a piece of plywood or sanitary or CP fittings or marble or anything. We totally educating them. If they have the money, then really what best,
The money important.
yes, what best they should live like,
Yeah.
what should be the new funda, and what best utilizes from money we give and we can give it to them. I think this is really maybe a thankless job, but personally to me, we are lucky enough to have really a good set of clients till now, and most of them are repetitive, and we're really happy and we are thankful to them whatever we are today. Absolutely.
Absolutely.